Hey everyone, the last week of the LCS Swiss stage is right up on us, so we have 2 match days. Let's start off with day 1. We have Team Liquid versus Sentinels. I'm predicting that TL will go ahead and win this matchup. Overall, I do rate them being as one of the favorites to go ahead and win the lock-in tournament. Obviously, Sentinels is a bit of mostly disguised team from last year, as well as Impact on the team. And Impact is my GOAT. So I do think TL will go ahead and win this. Sentinels has been a bit competitive in both of their matches, both against the Skies, and they ended up winning their last matchup as well. So I wouldn't be too surprised if they do show that they are very competitive in this matchup, and it isn't just a free win for TL. But I am, at the end of the day, cheering for TL to go ahead and win that. And then up next, you have Disguise versus Lion. This should be kind of a freebie for Lion. However, in their recent matches, it has been kind of evident that they are throwing a bit in some of their matches, or sometimes they are they kind of ended up throwing their first game against C9, kind of a C9 classic now at this point, almost losing game 1 and they somehow come back. And their second game was kind of a hard stomp, even though they were going even, just one bad fight and one bad dive ended up kind of throwing the game for them afterwards. But I do think they should be able to go ahead and win this. Disguise are getting their jungler. They are no longer playing with the substitute that they had. But I do think Lion will go ahead and win this matchup as well. And then for day 2, for the last stage of Swiss stage, it'll be Dignitas versus Shopify. I do think Shopify will go ahead and win this. I do think Dig will be the team that goes 0-3 out of all of them. But I was kind of disappointed with Shopify's performance last week. I thought the game against TL might have been closer, but overall I did see they were making mistakes when it came to their team fighting, such as, well, in the Gnar game, they would get Mega Gnar, and then at some point before the fight even starts, he ends up going minion. Then they finally decide to engage, which is like kind of what are you doing in those fights as well. But I do think Shopify probably has more potential overall when it comes to it. And then afterwards, we have C9 versus FlyQuest. Overall, the two teams are 2-0 right now. Whoever wins will be 3-0, and they'll be the first seed in the ranking. Overall, I do think this will be a C9 win, but I wouldn't be surprised if FlyQuest is able to go ahead and make the series competitive. Overall, they have been the team that's been most interesting for me to watch. Not only when it comes to their picks, I mean, Griffin is probably like the only player that's playing Volibear at the moment in the jungle. I also had the confidence that he picked Diana on stage. Overall, I am very surprised with their performance overall, that they're doing so well. And I hope they're able to make the series competitive. And if they do end up winning against C9, that's a really good surprise for us. And those would be the matches for the rest of the day. However, there is a chance that there will be tiebreakers to decide who will be the last teams to make it into playoffs. And the only way it'll be decided by afterwards would be in BO1s. They will no longer be BO3s, it'll just be a BO1 series for it to decide which teams end up making it to playoffs as well. And those will be my predictions for the last week of the Swiss stage. I'll see you guys in playoffs.